The fastest way to up-level and become your dream you is to develop self-love. And this is something that I have been really focused on in the last couple of years. And I'm really excited to share with you a story about a recent conversation I had and how I was able to help them work through what they were dealing with and to move on from this place of victimhood that they were sitting in. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 signs that you can know you are loving yourself well. The first one is you are glowing. And you will get this often. People will say, "You're beautiful." You'll look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Wow, I'm really gleaming." And it's not an egotistical thing. It's not something that should be looked down upon. If anything, you should be proud of yourself for glowing and want to share that with other people. I totally applaud any woman who feels confident in themselves and is able to express that and share that with the world. Some ways that I've noticed that has helped me to get this glowing look is some of the things that I've shared in my evening routine, such as eating healthy. For a while, I was eating carnivore, and I felt like that was really helping my gut and healing it. But I also felt intuitively like I needed to add vegetables. And I feel like the vegetables have really improved the look of my skin. And I do notice in other people when they have this healthy glow about themselves, usually they are eating a lot of vegetables. And I have normally a large salad once or twice a day. And I actually really look forward to that. And sometimes if it's later in the day that I haven't had the salad yet, I do feel a little bit like I'm missing something. So it's really cool to see how my body has adjusted to needing that and expecting it, and that it's been so helpful for my glowing skin and for my health, my gut. And I also wanted to share, a while ago, I shared about my candida overgrowth and the problems I had with that, not only for myself, 5 years chronically having yeast infections, but also my baby. When she was born, she had a very bad yeast infection. And so it was at that point that I knew I needed to do something different. And I knew that it was the biggest culprit was sugar. So once I cut out sugar and carbs, because I did try just sugar and the carbs were still feeding my glucose and the candida. So it wasn't actually getting rid of any of the candida or healing my body when I was just cutting out sugar. I needed to cut out both sugar and carbs to heal my body. So I'm not saying this that you need to cut out sugar and carbs and all fruits, but if you have something that you're dealing with, such as chronic yeast infections or chronic acne, that's a sign that there's something wrong in your body and you need to go back to the basics and heal your body by eating lots of fats and natural good fats, lots of vegetables, protein, and garlic really helps to bring balance back to your gut. So anyways, that's number one to healthy glowing skin is eating healthy, getting your gut in check. The second thing that I shared in my evening routine was olive oil. Olive oil is so beneficial for your skin. I had a conversation with my sister, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I told her that I've been putting olive oil on my skin, and she was like, "No, please don't do that." She thought that it was going to clog my skin, and it doesn't. It actually pulls out the impurities from my skin, and my skin has never looked better, never felt better. I'm like, whenever I touch my face, I'm like, wow, my skin feels really good. And I'm really proud of that because it's taken a lot of work and dedication to get to that place with my diet, and then also just really taking time to take care of myself. That's so huge in feeling like you have confidence and self-worth, is really taking the time to care for yourself, to make that time in the evening and even in the morning to take care of your skin and to really nourish it and give it the things that it needs. So I've been doing the olive oil routine. If you want to know how to do that, just go and check out my evening routine video. And then the other thing that I've been doing is just trying to de-stress. Cortisol levels, when they're heightened, your skin shows it. And so really taking the time to evaluate, how am I feeling right now? And a really cool thing that I've been into lately is human design. It's kind of like a personality test, but it's very scientific and it's actually proven to be very accurate. And I've been loving looking into it. It's very complicated, and I hope to one day be able to make like a cheat sheet on how to evaluate your human design very simply, like at the basics, because it is so helpful to understanding yourself. And it's not something that you need in order to realize that you need to go a certain route. You kind of just naturally follow this human design path, but it's really encouraging when you know that your body is made a certain way and you can relax into that. So for me, I am a hermit and an opportunist in my human design. And so that means that I like to be away from people for a time and really focus on the things that I enjoy. And then I also like to, in my own time, be with people, engaging with people, interacting with people. And I called myself an ambivert, which is like a mixture of an extrovert and an introvert, because I love spending time with people, but I also need my alone time. So knowing that for a while that I was an ambivert was great, but also knowing that there's different facets to that was really cool and encouraging to know. The other thing I wanted to share with you about my human design is that my strategy in my human design chart is emotional. So that's the thing that runs the whole show in your life, is your strategy. And so making sure, I think I got that right, making sure that you are tuning into what that is. So if you're an emotional being, which a lot of people are, then you want to tune into what your emotions are telling you, and you want to think, does this feel good right now? And if it doesn't, you want to take a step back and evaluate and really breathe into what's going on. So for me, with having 3 kids, cortisol levels do get heightened a lot, often, because there's 3 little beings that are needing my attention constantly. And so sometimes I have to take a step back and realize, okay, what's going on here? How can I lower my stress levels? And a lot of times it's because my mind is busy with other things and I'm not focused on them. So when they need me, I need to drop everything else and just give them my attention. Just like I shared in that one video that I made a while ago, committing 30 minutes of intentional time every day with them. I feel like that has improved our life dramatically. And when I don't do it, it definitely shows. So I need to make sure that I make the time to spend time with them intentionally, not only for their health and well-being, but also for mine and my sanity. When I can relax into that, into my feminine energy, and be present with them, that just creates an overall sensation in your body, sending signals to your nervous system to just relax. And when you can relax and lower those cortisol levels, your skin shows it. So those are my few tips about glowing skin. It's kind of like two-sided when you think about it. You want to develop self-worth, so you better your skin and what you look like, but also when you develop your self-worth and confidence, your skin shows it as well. So it's hand in hand. Like, you have to make sure that you're taking care of both, and you're going to see results on both ends. The second sign that you can know that you are loving yourself well is people compliment you. They compliment how beautiful you look, or that you look like you have a lovely life, or you look so happy, you look radiant, you look glowing. When people are complimenting you, you know that your energy is raised to a certain high vibration, that people are attracted to you, and they see that you are confident in yourself. It is so important to look at your world around you as a mirror, as a reflection. And that is the biggest way to improving yourself, is when you can take a step back and look at what's going on in front of you and realize that every interaction that you have, every person that comes into your life, every circumstance, all the environments in your life, those are results. Those are mirrors back to you of who you are being. There is a delay period. You're working on yourself and you're developing this self-worth, but your mirror, your reality is not reflecting back to you. So there is that delay period. So don't be discouraged if you just started working on yourself. It's going to take a little bit of time to translate into the physical reality. But when you work on yourself and you can see like, okay, this person is in my life and they're triggering me. What do I do about it? You take a step back and realize this person is just reflecting to me something in me that I don't like about myself. And if you can do that, that is the key way to up level. I'm telling you what, so many people cannot do that. And there are so many grown adults who are still children. And it is because they don't use this mirror technique where they see the outer reality and they reflect, okay, this is reflecting to me who I am being. So I wanted to get into the story I was going to talk about. So I had a conversation with my sister recently, and it was so cool because I was not expecting to go into all of this, but it was tying into everything that I've been learning recently and applying into my life. And I was like, ooh, time to help someone else in this situation. And so what was happening was she felt sad. She missed me and my family. We hadn't seen her for a while. She lives far away. She was just really upset about that. And it wasn't only that, she was also just very upset with her life circumstances at the moment. She was upset because she couldn't take the time off to come and visit us. She couldn't take the time off for us to come and visit her. And she just felt like her life was being run by her job. I took a step back and I didn't want to try to fix the situation. But I did want to be there for her to encourage her and help her to know the things that I have been learning myself. We both are in the same circumstance in regards to healing our childhood trauma. We came from a home where victimhood was rampant in our home. And it's so easy to be a victim because sometimes you feel like the world around you is out to get you, but it's not. And I have been learning that myself, and I wanted to teach that to her. And I said, Sandy, you get to choose your life. You get to choose whether you stay at this job or you leave. You get to choose how your life is going to look. And she said, no, I can't. I have to stay here for this amount of time, or they need me, or this is going to happen next. And I said, it's up to you. You get to choose. You get to choose if you want to do this or that. And a lot of times we get stuck in feeling like this is the best opportunity for me right now. But if you tune in and feel how you're feeling, is it really the best for you right now? Are you really going to stay at a job for 20 or 30 years and be miserable and then retire and finally get to live your dream life at the last 20 or 30 years of your life? Are you really going to do that? I personally do not want to ever do that. I want to make sure that I'm living the highest vibration possible every single day. I feel like this life is a gift and I want to live it to the absolute fullest no matter what. So I just kept telling her, it's your choice. What does it look like for you? What does your dream life look like? Do you know what that looks like? And she honestly couldn't answer that because she hadn't even given the time or the opportunity to think about the fact that she can choose it. So I want to ask you, do you feel like you can choose what your life is going to look like or what your life is looking like right now? Because I know that I can. I know that I can choose what I want my life to look like right now. And sometimes it's harder, some days more than others. But I get to choose how I feel. And once I start to feel better about my life circumstances, then my vibration raises and I attract to me what I am desiring and what I feel like is truly aligned to myself and to my pure joy. So that gets into my third topic. Number 3 is life feels easy and it feels good. Does your life feel easy? Does it feel good? If it doesn't, there's something that you need to reevaluate, because you are not a victim to your reality. You get to choose. So when I first started doing this, I was like, wow, I get to choose what my life looks like? What does that even mean to me? What am I going to bring in? What do I want? And so once I started journaling in the very early stages of this realization, I was very limited to what I could see myself having. But now I am not as limited as I once was. I can see that once I'm feeling good, I can attract anything, and that the universe is abundant, God is abundant, and I can bring into my life whatever I desire. So I have been reading books that reflect that, and I've also been journaling about every single thing that I desire and writing it down and then reading it every day, morning and night. So recently, I have been writing down the money that I want to have, the life that I want to have. What do I really want? And I really want to have a house on the beach and for it to be absolutely beautiful. That's something that I've always dreamed of, is having a beautiful house. And I want to be a millionaire, and I want to be able to enjoy my life without any restrictions. I want to be able to travel with my family and really enjoy my life. I want to have amazing friends. I want to host parties, which I do that, but I want to do that in a more exquisite and exciting way. And I want to have the dream body that I've always envisioned for myself. And that was something that was really challenging to believe that I could have, because I believed that genetics played a role. I believed that this is just how I look. I believed that I'm never going to get healthy, that this gut issue is always going to be there. So once I started changing my mind about that and realizing I could have anything I want, things have started to shift. And it's really amazing to see. Now, I will tell you that once you start making this list, there are going to be times where you feel disappointed because they're not coming into your life sooner than you thought or that you hoped for. And that goes back to my point earlier. There is a delay, a physical delay in your manifestation. So you want to make sure that when you are trying to manifest something in your life, you maintain that positive level, heightened level of abundance, feeling as though everything around you is enjoyable and fun, and that there's nothing that will hinder you from feeling really good. And so when you can keep that high level of vibration and be in gratitude constantly, then that thing will come to you so easily and so effortlessly. And you won't even believe how it came to you. You'll just be like, I had no idea my life could look this good. So I really encourage you, like, eat healthy, take care of yourself, and feel good every day, whatever that looks like. Journaling really helps, meditation, being around people that really fill your cup. If you are surrounded by people that bring you down, make sure that you are not letting their energy affect who you are and who you want to be. And if it is, then you might need to say goodbye to those friends. My fourth point is that your man wants to be with you often. This is so huge. If you can realize that your reality is a mirror, you will see that if your man wants to be with you often, it is a good, sure sign that you are taking good care of yourself. And when he doesn't want to be around you, or when he's making other excuses to not be with you, there is something to reevaluate within yourself. And that has been so hard for me. Like, I am speaking to myself here, because when there's times where my husband would be working late or spend a little extra time at the gym, or just whatever it was, I would always get upset with him that he wasn't here at home with me. And it wasn't an he issue, it was a me issue. And once I changed that and started to develop myself, bam, he wanted to be around me more. He wanted to be spending time with me. He wanted to do things for me. He wanted to be in everything that I was doing. And I was like, wow, that's all it took? But it really does. When you are your highest vibrational self, other people want to be around you. Other people are attracted to you. Opportunities are attracted to you. Wealth is attracted to you. And this has been such a huge revelation for me, and I'm so excited to see it unfold very, very soon, because I feel like I've realized the key to this is that first you have to make sure your vessel, your body, is taken care of and healthy, because if it's not, you're going to have a very hard time feeling good all the time. But then once you get into that place of feeling healthy and feeling good, then you can so easily keep your vibration high, and just implementing all the things that I've suggested in this video. So the last thing is becoming more confident. I've been doing meditations on self-confidence, and also about beauty and health and wealth. And when I feel into my dream version of me, when I feel into who I want to be, who I know I'm going to be, and really embody that within myself without seeing the external results of those things, then I feel so confident. I hold myself taller. I am happier. I am able to speak more clearly. And I wanted to share with you a meditation I had recently. So there was a few circumstances that were brought to my attention recently in regards to childhood trauma. And I knew that I needed to press into those and see what was it that I needed to transmute, to integrate, and to heal inside myself. And I realized that it was self-confidence and self-worth. And those things I have been working on, but this meditation was so powerful, and it was just mind-blowing that I could have a meditation like this and come out on the other side realizing that I need to just focus on that thing. And also, I do feel like that meditation and just that experience shifted me into something different that I've never been able to fully embody yet. And so I've been able to do that. So anyways, my meditation was very simple. It was very fast. I was actually very impressed, because when I do have deep meditations like this, it's usually after a lot of breath work, a lot of tuning in and tuning out, things like that. And I don't know if you've ever had like a DMT experience with breath work. Your breath can actually release DMT into your body and make you have like a psychoactive experience. And I've had that before. So that was like really cool, but it takes like forever to get into that place. And at that moment, I didn't have a lot of time. I really don't have more than 30 minutes to meditate in a day because I have littles. So I knew that the quickest way to meditate was to get into my heart, not in my head. And in that moment, I was like trying to think, okay, when did I first feel like this as a child? And I just kept feeling, no, don't focus up here. Bring the attention down here. And I'm like, but there's no images coming down here in my heart. I don't understand. But I just kept putting the focus down here in my heart, down here in my heart as I was breathing. And within like 2 minutes, I felt as though my guides were there immediately. It was like this older lady who I've seen in my meditations before, and she took her hand down my forehead, behind my ear, down my neck, into my navel, and she pushed into my navel. And I said, my navel, my belly button, and she pushed again. And I said, my solar plexus. And then she released. And I realized in that moment that my solar plexus was blocked from being able to have the confidence that I needed to attract abundance and wealth into my life. The solar plexus is the energy center that holds the space of confidence and self-worth. All I have to do is energetically clear that and know that I am worthy to have that self-confidence, self-worth, and abundance that I truly desire. So once I did that and I just said, no more, I am going to be confident and I am going to be poised and I am going to attract into my life everything that I desire. Once I did that, I felt this huge shift in my vibration to where I knew that I could house and hold this self-confidence. And in the past few days, I've seen that display itself in so many ways in my life. And it's really exciting to see, to know that there was something there that was blocking me from achieving everything that I wanted. And now it's going to flow into my life so easily and effortlessly because I did the inner work. And that is the biggest thing, is if you want to develop self-love, then you need to make sure that you are doing the inner work, that you're working on yourself every day, that you are the most important asset in your life, because you are. And so if you take anything away from this, it is to make sure that you feel worthy of having this self-love and self-confidence, because you are. You are divine feminine, you are divine source, and you are worthy of everything you desire. You are meant to have everything that you desire. Have a great day.